What is up? Today's Tuesday, so that means it's time for a tiny house tutorial. For this build, you'll need Seekers of the Dawn, Riders of Hyboria, and Isle of Siptah DLCs. We're going to start our build off by placing a Yamatai Foundation. We're then going to lower more Yamatai Foundations 4 times. This can be done by snapping a fence foundation at a lower point onto your Yamatai Foundation and then snapping another Yamatai Foundation onto your newly placed fence foundation. Once finished, delete everything in between your originally placed Yamatai Foundation and lowered foundation. Then snap a fence foundation to your originally placed Yamatai Foundation. This time, make sure both pieces are flush with each other. We're then going to connect the two and delete the rest of the foundations. It should look something like this. From here, we're going to make a 7x4 rectangle branching off of the lowered foundation. Once those are placed, we're going to be placing a layer of foundations around our lowered foundations. And now we'll be connecting stable fence foundations to our upper foundations. And to finish up the base of our structure, we'll be deleting all of the upper foundations. Next, we'll be adding our Yamatai walls, windows, and doors. When placing, make sure the outer face of the pieces are facing inwards towards the interior of the build. Moving on to our front porch, we will connect stable ceilings to the stable fence foundations. Once placed, connect struts to the bottom of the stable ceilings. We will then be connecting stable pillared fences and flotsam hatch frames on top of your porch. To finish up your front porch, connect a flotsam railed stair piece to your stable ceiling. Then connect reinforced hatch doors to your flotsam hatch frames. Now onto the back porch. It's going to be similar to the front porch, however we are only going to be adding struts and stable railings to the stable ceilings that we place. And I almost forgot to mention the stairpiece. Moving on to the inside of the build, you're going to have to delete these lowered foundations and replace them with upper foundations. We're then going to connect more fence foundations in these spots. Alright, so now at the spot that we did not include a stable fence foundation, we're going to be building a ramp down to the lower level. Once the ramp is complete, snap more stable fence foundations to the Yamatai foundations that you placed. Now that the ramp is done, place Yamatai ceilings in these two corners. At this point, we're ready to work on our roof. We're going to start off by placing Yamatai awnings around the outer layer of the build by snapping them to the lowered foundations. The reason we sunk our foundations down 4 times from earlier is because doing so causes the Yamatai awnings to run flush with the tops of the Yamatai windows, doors, and walls that we have placed. Now that the first part of the roof is done, place some struts in these spots. This will allow us to build further on our roof. We're then going to place our Yamatai ceilings, covering up the rest of our roof. To finish our roof, we're going to connect Yamatai slanted walls to the ends of our ceilings and cover the rest of the roof with Yamatai slanted roof pieces. Moving on to the back portion of our house, we're going to be connecting 3 more Yamatai awnings in these spots. To finish the exterior portion of the build, we will be connecting Yamatai doors to the door frames. And last but not least, moving to the interior of our Yamatai tiny home, we will be placing stable railings in these spots.